Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is another podcast recording for Conversations Are My Thing. The link to the podcast will be in the description below if you want to actually listen to it. But let's go ahead and get into this episode. Welcome back everyone to another episode of Conversations Are My Thing. I am your lovely host, Trinity Jackson. I hope you are all having an amazing Monday. This feels like a great start to the week. October has been fantastic already. I love the cool weather that is being introduced to Houston, Texas, because this city feels like it's melting sometimes. I kid you not. So even the little slight breezes, getting down into the low 80 degrees, occasionally high 70s. Yeah, that's what puts a smile on my face. But coincidentally, I hate the winter. I love this in-between time, but once it gets so cold that I feel like I can't go outside without a hoodie or a jacket on, that's when I'm like, okay, I've had enough, and I'm waiting for summer to come back. But overall, I've been really loving the energy, the vibes. Everything has been feeling so chill and so easy and so simple, and I love when life has a certain twinge of simplicity. But anyways, today, in honor of this being Mental Health Awareness Month, I was thinking that I wanted to talk about importance. I feel like everybody needs to remember at times that we all hold value and we all are important in one way or another, and everybody actually wants to feel important. Every person wants to feel as if they provide value and they have a purpose and that other people recognize what they contribute to this earth. So here's a story I heard. Not really a story, but it's more of an example that everybody is important in some way, shape, or form. So if you were in a helicopter and you were flying over a mountain and your helicopter crashed into the mountain and people saw the crash happen, they would expend every expense to get you off that mountain safely, to make sure you're okay, to make sure you're not injured. They're not going to ask themselves before making a move, was that guy important? They're not going to say, does anyone know who it was in that helicopter? Like, are they worth us going to save and rescue? No. They say that's a human being up there that is hurt, that is injured, and we need to go do what we can to help them out. When there's a missing child, when Amber Alert goes out, we don't go see whose kid is this? Whose kid is this? Right? Like, do I know their parents or anything? Or are they making money? Well, followers do they have? Like, is there anything I know? No. It's a missing child, point blank, period. That is important. You are valuable. People want to see you do well. People want to help you. People will help you when you need it. It is about knowing that everyone holds some type of importance, whether you realize it or not. And something about hearing that, when I heard it, it was really profound to me. I said, you're right. Honestly, anytime people are in dire need of assistance and help, we will go out of our way to help them. There are services that are designated to help them. Of course, I know you're thinking that's their job, Trinity, they have to do it, but even the fact that it's like that's in position, like regardless of whether or not they have to, but keep in mind, there are people that do nice things for other individuals on a regular basis, but knowing that you are more important than you think, I hope that helps somebody that's listening. I know it may seem like the most extreme situation, like, oh yes, of course, if I crash into a mountain, someone's gonna come help me. But someone really may not believe that people care about them at all. And I would hate for anyone to have that mindset. And it feels so, your mind can be such a pleasant place to be, but it could also be the worst place to be if you do not do things to, better your situation or to speak highly of yourself and realize that you have something that the world cares about. You have something the world needs, and you have your own purpose here. So it can be, it could be a lot. I'm just blessed that I've been able to maintain a positive mental attitude myself, but it comes through realizing and remember things like that. Like, I constantly am speaking highly of myself so that I can maintain a positive mental attitude. And sometimes that's all it takes. Realizing, you know what? I have something, and I got something. I'm important in some way, shape, or form. Now, everyone wants to feel important. Everyone wants to feel like somebody else cares about them. So you should treat people like they're important. If you treat everyone like they're important, which they are because they think they're important, even if no one else, they think they're important. If you treated everybody that way, then everybody would treat you the same way. People treat you how you treat them more often than not. So if you treat people like they're important and show appreciation for the things that they do for you, then they will be doing the same thing for you. And that will make you feel better. And you have nothing, there is nothing but opportunity. You have so much to gain by treating other people how you want to be treated. I like to be treated like I'm important, so I do treat other people like they're important. And you'd be surprised where a little bit of appreciation can take you. A small reaching out of the hand, being the person to initiate the conversation and initiate the friendship. One thing I always do is, for especially like there's like service workers, like, okay, I'm out getting food and there's a waiter, or that's the perfect example because that's usually the instance it happens. Or I'm at the mechanic getting my car fixed, or I'm at the vet dropping Coda off, or I'm checking into the gym. If there are individuals that are serving me there, I will always speak to them. Always speak. Hello, how are you? How was your day? Very simple. Very simple. And depending on their response, I engage. I will continue to ask them how are they doing, and then they are more interested in helping me get done what I need to get done. And I feel like that I'm not saying like special treatment, but you'll be surprised how people will treat you if you just show them a little bit of interest. Just a little bit of, oh, how was your day? Like, oh, like some people will tell you, no one ever asked me that. Oh, dang, you're the first person to ask. And now since you're the first person to ask, you're like, dang, we do have a booth open. You know what I mean? We do have a booth open. Yes, come to the back. Yes, thank you. It's just like, especially my mechanic. My mechanic, I'm always super nice to, because you're working on my vehicle. Okay, so you're working on my car. All right. My mechanic, every time I go in, I have two mechanics I go to, one for specific things and one whenever I just don't know what's wrong and I need to figure out what's wrong so I can go to the other mechanic. But anyways, just one's better than the other. Just keep it stacked with you. But both of them know who I am, to the point where I walk in and we have full conversations, and then we get to what the issue is on my car. I treat them like they're important. They always are. If I call one of them, the one that he's not that great, but if I call him, I need help and I have an issue, he's done working my car for free once. Here's what it was. I had dropped my AirPod. Oh my gosh, and this made me so mad. I remember I dropped my AirPod between the car. It fell in like the most impossible place, like between my door and my car seat. It fell like right through the crack, and somehow it fell under the carpet of the car. And I was like, bro, what of all things? So I went over there. He had a perfect screw, whatever. We looked under the chair for, he literally had to lift my car chair up, take the screws out, lift the chair up, put his hand on there. We're trying to figure out where this AirPod is. Didn't find it. It popped up literally 2 months later. Just, I don't know how, but it did. But he helped me, and then when we couldn't find it, he didn't charge me for the time it took for us to search for it. He honestly, he's like, you know what, it's fine, it's cool. Let me know if you get it. But we're cool because I treat him as if he's important, because when he works in my car, I don't just hand him my car and say, my left tire is down. It's like, I know you can address people by name and actually show interest in them, and they will do the same for you. So if you feel like you aren't feeling very important and you're feeling kind of tossed to the side, like no one's really worried about you, start to treat other people how you want to be treated. And I promise you, and this is a promise, people will treat you like you're important, and then you're gonna feel more important. You're gonna walk with your shoulders sitting back and with a smile on your face, and you're gonna start to be known as that guy or that girl that everyone wants to be around, because they're always making other people feel good. And if you make other people feel good, you're gonna feel good. Okay, I'm preaching to somebody. I'm preaching to somebody that's listening to this or watching this, and I hope that you receive this message and you realize that your value here is determined by you. You determine the value you hold, and the way that you treat other people is only going to increase your value. So you being nice to that cashier, you tipping your waitress, you greeting your mechanic is going to put you in position to feel more valuable because of how you value others. And that's all I'm going to say today, because I'm feeling good. I'm breaking the sweat, and now I'm in a great mood. I'm about to head to the gym. I hope you all appreciate this message. Let me know what you think. Comment below. We got more content coming up, so stay tuned for the upcoming episodes. And as always, I am sending peace, love, and blessings.